Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that someone has sent you a message from 50,000 years in the future. Not a prediction, not a simulation, a real transmission, a message that shouldn't exist. Now imagine the most terrifying part. The sender isn't an alien civilization. It isn't an advanced AI. It isn't even another universe. The sender is humanity itself. How is that possible? For centuries, scientists believed that time only moved in one direction. From the past to the future, every law of physics seemed to agree. But what if those laws were only true inside our tiny corner of the universe? What if somewhere beyond the stars, time wasn't a river, but an ocean, where every moment existed at the same time? The year is 2189. Human civilization has spread across the solar system. Permanent cities float above the clouds of Venus. Massive research stations orbit Jupiter. Mining colonies extract rare elements from distant asteroids. Humanity has achieved what earlier generations once called impossible. Yet despite all this progress, one question still remains unanswered. Are we alone? For decades, Earth's largest deep space observatories searched the universe for intelligent life. Billions of stars, millions of galaxies, endless silence. Until one ordinary morning, everything changed. At exactly 3:17 Universal Time, every radio telescope on Earth detected the same signal. It didn't come from a nearby planet. It didn't come from another galaxy. It came from an empty region of space. A place where absolutely nothing was supposed to exist. No star, no planet, no black hole, nothing. At first, scientists believed it was equipment failure. Then every observatory confirmed the exact same coordinates. The signal was real. Within hours, the entire scientific community gathered to decode it. The transmission wasn't random noise. It contained mathematics, prime numbers, atomic constants, perfectly ordered patterns. Someone, or something, had created it intentionally. The signal continued for exactly 137 seconds. Then, it stopped forever. The decoding process took 3 days. When the final line finally appeared on the main screen, the control room fell completely silent. The message contained only 11 words. Do not cross the silent horizon. We already made that mistake. No signature, no explanation, only a warning. But then, an even greater mystery appeared. Every transmission carries a timestamp. The timestamp inside this signal shocked every scientist on Earth. According to its own data, the message had been sent in the year 52,194. Not 200 years ahead. Not 2,000. Nearly 50,000 years into humanity's future. Impossible. Every known law of physics declared it impossible. Yet the signal existed. It had been received. And no one could explain how. Within hours, governments declared a global scientific emergency. The location mentioned in the signal received its official name. The Silent Horizon. No one had ever explored it. No spacecraft had ever entered it. Because until that day, nobody even knew it existed. But one question echoed across every laboratory, every control room, every human mind. If our descendants had risked everything to send us a warning, what exactly was waiting inside the silent horizon? Fade to black. Narrator. Sometimes, the universe doesn't hide its greatest secrets behind distance. It hides them behind time. 3 days after the mysterious transmission was decoded, the world changed forever. Governments stopped arguing. Military satellites were redirected. The largest scientific organizations on Earth united under a single mission. For the first time in human history, every nation shared its deepest space data without secrecy, because everyone understood one terrifying truth. If the message was real, humanity's future was trying to save its past. The coordinates pointed toward a region nearly 41 light-years from Earth. Yet every telescope showed exactly the same thing. Nothing. No stars. No planets. No nebula. Just an endless black void. It looked like a hole had been cut out of the universe itself. Scientists expected gravity. They found almost none. They expected radiation. There was none. They expected dark matter, even that appeared strangely absent. The region seemed to reject every law of modern astrophysics. It wasn't empty. It was impossible. As more powerful telescopes focused on the region, something extraordinary happened. background starlight passing behind the void began to bend. Not like a black hole. Not like gravitational lensing. The light twisted into impossible geometric patterns. Straight lines became circles. Constellations appeared to fold into themselves. It looked as if space itself had lost its shape. One scientist described it with a single sentence. It isn't space that's moving. It's reality. Artificial intelligence analyzed decades of astronomical records. The results shocked everyone. The silent horizon had always been there. Hidden, invisible, untouched. Humanity simply never noticed it. Even stranger, ancient photographs taken over 200 years earlier showed tiny distortions in the exact same location. It had been watching Earth all along. Waiting, silent. Then came another discovery. The original signal hadn't traveled through normal space. It had arrived almost instantly, ignoring the speed of light completely. According to every known equation, that should have been impossible. Unless the message had never crossed space at all. It had crossed time. Inside the United Earth Space Council, emergency meetings continued day and night. Some demanded that humanity stay away forever. Others argued that ignoring the warning could be an even greater mistake. If the future had sent a message, perhaps they also expected someone to answer it. For weeks, the debate divided the planet. Fear spread faster than facts. News channels called it humanity's final mystery. Religious leaders declared it a sign. Scientists called it the greatest discovery in history. Nobody knew who was right. Finally, one decision changed everything. Humanity would not ignore the signal. Instead, they would investigate it. A mission unlike any before would be created. Not to conquer, not to colonize, but simply to understand. The spacecraft would carry the most advanced technology ever built. Quantum navigation systems, self-healing materials, artificial gravity, an onboard superintelligence capable of making millions of decisions every second. Its name would become legendary. Odyssey One, a ship built not for war, but for the greatest question ever asked. What waits beyond the silent horizon? Construction began immediately. Across Earth, Mars, Luna, and the orbital stations around Jupiter, thousands of engineers worked without rest. Every bolt, every circuit, every line of code, built for a destination no human had ever imagined. Yet hidden deep inside the mission files, one classified document remained locked. Only 6 people on Earth were allowed to read it. Its title contained only 4 words. If we never return. The crew had not seen it. Not yet. But soon, they would discover why no one expected this mission to come home. 5 months later, Odyssey One stood ready, the largest spacecraft ever built by humanity. Unlike older exploration vessels, this ship wasn't designed to carry hundreds of people. It carried only 6 individuals chosen from nearly 12 million candidates. Not because they were the strongest, not because they were the smartest, but because they could make impossible decisions under impossible conditions. Commander Elias Kane, mission leader, a pilot who had spent 20 years navigating deep space expeditions. Dr. Maya Chen, theoretical physicist, the scientist who first suggested that the mysterious signal had traveled through time instead of space. Dr. Arjun Patel, astrobiologist, his job wasn't to find aliens. It was to determine whether life itself followed the same rules everywhere in the universe. Captain Sofia Alvarez, chief engineer, if Odyssey One suffered even the smallest mechanical failure, she would be humanity's last hope. Lieutenant Noah Brooks, navigation specialist, every meter of their journey depended on his calculations. And finally, Aurora, the most advanced artificial intelligence ever created. Unlike previous AI systems, Aurora didn't simply follow commands. She could learn, adapt, predict, and even disagree with her human crew. Some scientists trusted her more than people. Others feared she was already too intelligent. 3 days before launch, each crew member received one final private message from Earth. No cameras, no recordings, just a conversation with the people they loved. Some laughed, some cried, some said goodbye, as if they already knew they would never return. Launch day arrived. Across Earth, nearly 18 billion people watched the countdown. Schools stopped their classes. Cities projected the launch onto skyscrapers. Even the mining colonies beyond Mars paused their operations. Humanity wasn't just watching a spacecraft leave. It was watching 6 people travel toward the greatest mystery ever discovered. 10, 9. The engines awakened, not with an explosion, but with a deep vibration that shook the launch platform. 8. Massive rings of blue plasma surrounded the ship. 7. The atmosphere itself seemed to glow. 6. Aurora spoke for the first time. All systems nominal. Probability of mission success unknown. The control room became silent. No AI had ever answered like that before. 5. Commander Kane smiled. I guess honesty is better than false hope. 4. The magnetic launch clamps released. 3. The engines reached full power. 2. Earth held its breath. 1. Odyssey One rose into the sky. Within seconds, it pierced the clouds. Within minutes, it escaped Earth's gravity. And within hours, humanity's home became nothing more than a small blue light behind them. No one spoke. They simply watched. Because every person aboard understood the same truth. The next time they saw Earth, if they ever did, everything they had left behind might already belong to history. Where time breaks. The journey lasted almost 4 years. Not because Odyssey One was slow, but because the universe is unimaginably vast. Day after day, the crew followed the same routine. System checks, research, exercise, sleep. Outside the observation window, the stars slowly changed. Entire constellations disappeared behind them. New ones emerged ahead. Aurora constantly updated their course. Every calculation was perfect. Until one morning, something impossible appeared on the sensors. There was no warning, no explosion, no alarm, only silence. The silent horizon had appeared. It didn't look like a black hole. It didn't resemble a nebula. It wasn't even visible in the normal sense. It looked like reality had been erased. A perfectly dark sphere, floating between the stars. No light escaped it, yet it reflected nothing. The crew stared in disbelief. Commander Kane whispered, "So that's what we've been chasing." The closer they moved, the stranger everything became. Their clocks remained normal, but distant stars began moving far too quickly. Entire star systems seemed to shift position within minutes. Galaxies rotated before their eyes. Time outside the ship was accelerating. Aurora compared the observations. Her conclusion shocked everyone. Time beyond the horizon is flowing at a different rate. No one spoke. Dr. Maya Chen slowly looked toward the dark sphere. If that's true, then we're no longer observing space. We're observing different speeds of time. As Odyssey One crossed the invisible boundary, every instrument flickered. Gravity vanished for 3 seconds. Then returned. The ship wasn't shaking. It wasn't falling. It felt weightless in a way no human had ever experienced. Commander Kane checked the mission clock. Only 12 seconds had passed. Aurora interrupted, receiving automatic transmission from Earth. Everyone smiled, until the message appeared. Date of transmission, July 18, 2194. Current Earth date, 2217. The message was 23 years newer. Even though only seconds had passed for the crew. Silence filled the bridge. The impossible had become reality. Time itself had begun to break. Dr. Maya whispered, "We crossed more than a boundary. We crossed into a place where time obeys different laws." Ahead, the darkness slowly opened, and beyond it, something enormous was waiting. Not a planet, not a star, something humanity had never imagined. The mission had only just begun. The world beyond time. As Odyssey One moved deeper into the silent horizon, the darkness slowly disappeared. What replaced it was beyond imagination. There were no stars, no planets, no galaxies, only an endless ocean of glowing light stretching in every direction. It wasn't empty. It was alive. Millions of shimmering particles drifted through space, moving as if they were following invisible currents. Commander Kane stared through the observation window. No telescope ever showed this. Dr. Maya whispered, "Because this place doesn't belong to normal space." Aurora scanned the surrounding region. Then she stopped. For the first time since the mission began, the artificial intelligence hesitated. "I cannot identify this environment. Every known element, every known particle, every known law of physics failed to explain what they were seeing." Then, the ship detected a massive structure ahead. Its size was impossible to measure. It stretched farther than the sensors could detect. At first, it looked like a crystal. Then, It looked like a city. Then, it looked like a living organism. Every second, its shape changed, as if reality itself couldn't decide what it truly was. The closer they approached, the more impossible it became. The structure wasn't built from metal, or stone, or energy. It appeared to be woven from light itself. Thin glowing threads connected billions of floating geometric shapes. Each one pulsed like a heartbeat. "Doctor," Maya quietly said, "this isn't architecture, it's information." Aurora confirmed something even stranger. The structure is emitting patterns identical to the signal received on Earth. The message had come from here. Commander Kane ordered the ship forward. Slowly, Odyssey One entered the outer layers of the enormous structure. The moment they crossed its boundary, every crew member froze. Without warning, each of them began seeing different memories. Commander Kane saw his childhood home. Dr. Maya saw her late father smiling at her. Captain Sophia heard her daughter's laughter. Lieutenant Noah saw Earth exactly as it looked on the day he left. None of those places existed around them. Yet they felt completely real. Heart rates increased. Brain activity surged. Aurora monitored every crew member. There are no external visual projections. The experiences are being generated inside your minds. Doctor. Maya closed her eyes. No, it's not reading our memories. It's communicating with them. Then, a voice echoed throughout the ship. Calm, gentle, neither male nor female. It spoke perfect English. "We have been waiting for you." The crew searched every monitor. No source, no transmission, only the voice. Commander Kane asked, "Who are you?" Several long seconds passed. Then the answer came. "We are what humanity becomes when it survives long enough to understand time." Silence filled Odyssey One. The impossible was no longer a theory. It was speaking to them. Humanity's greatest secret. No one moved. No one even breathed. The voice echoed through Odyssey One. Not from the speakers, but from everywhere at once. Commander Kane stood silently. "If you are humanity, then why did you send us the warning?" The glowing structure pulsed. Then the answer came. Because every civilization reaches the same moment. A moment where knowledge becomes more dangerous than ignorance. The crew exchanged confused looks. Doctor. Maya stepped forward. "What is this place?" The voice replied. "This is not a planet. This is not a machine. This is the archive." Aurora immediately searched every database. No historical record contains any reference to an archive. The voice continued. "It was never built. It grew. Every intelligent civilization that survives long enough eventually discovers how to preserve its memories beyond time. When enough knowledge accumulates, the archive awakens." Around the ship, billions of glowing threads suddenly lit up. Each one contained countless moving images. Entire civilizations, alien worlds, unknown stars, species humanity had never imagined. Every discovery, every failure, every extinction, preserved forever. Commander Kane whispered, "This is the memory of the universe." The voice answered, "No, it is the memory of those who refused to disappear." Dr. Arjun stared in disbelief. "We're not alone. For millions of years, you never were." Silence returned. Then the voice became more serious. But almost all of them made the same mistake. The glowing images around the crew began disappearing. One by one, entire civilizations faded into darkness. Stars exploded. Worlds collapsed. Galaxies burned. They believed knowledge alone would save them. It never did. Captain Sophia finally spoke. "Then why call us here?" The answer came immediately. "Because your civilization is approaching the same choice." Aurora suddenly interrupted. "Commander, I'm detecting a massive distortion approaching the archive." The glowing threads began shaking violently. The beautiful structure that had remained peaceful for thousands of years was changing. The voice spoke again. "The time collapse has begun." Commander Kane looked around. What is a time collapse? The answer chilled every soul aboard Odyssey One. It is the moment when the past, the present, and the future can no longer remain separate. Suddenly, every screen inside the ship flashed at once. Mission clocks displayed impossible dates. 2189, 3045, 52,194, 100,812. All at the same time. Aurora's normally calm voice changed. "I can no longer determine what year it is. For the first time in human history, Time itself had stopped making sense. The final choice. Every alarm aboard Odyssey One activated at once. Not because the ship was damaged, but because reality itself had become unstable. The stars outside no longer remained fixed. They appeared, disappeared, then appeared again in completely different places. Commander Kane gripped the control panel. Status report. Aurora answered immediately. Navigation impossible. Time references unavailable. Causality failure detected. No one had ever heard those words before. Doctor. Maya looked toward the glowing archive. It isn't collapsing. It's merging. The voice returned, calm as ever. The time collapse cannot be stopped. It can only be redirected. Commander Kane frowned. What does that mean? The archive responded. Every intelligent civilization eventually discovers the truth. Time is not something you travel through. It is something you create. The glowing threads surrounding the ship suddenly connected together. They formed countless versions of Odyssey One. Some were destroyed, some were abandoned, some had never launched at all. Millions of possible futures existed simultaneously. Aurora processed the impossible sight. There is no single timeline. There are probabilities. Doctor. Maya finally understood. The warning wasn't sent from our future. It came from one possible future. A future where humanity failed. The archive confirmed her conclusion. Correct. Commander Kane looked at the enormous structure. Then tell us how to save our civilization. Several seconds passed. Then came an unexpected answer. We cannot. If we tell you the future, you will become prisoners of it. You must choose it yourselves. Suddenly, a new transmission appeared on every screen. Destination, Earth, status, ready to send. It was the same message humanity had received decades earlier. Do not cross the silent horizon. We already made that mistake. Commander Kane froze. He finally understood everything. Their mission had never been about receiving the message. They were the ones who were supposed to send it. The entire journey, the signal, the warning, it had all led to this single moment. Aurora spoke softly. If we transmit the message, the timeline remains unchanged. Doctor. Maya completed the sentence. And if we don't, everything becomes unknown. Commander Kane looked at his crew. No equations could answer this. No machine could decide. Only human choice remained. His hand slowly moved toward the transmission control. One decision would determine the fate of humanity. A different future. Commander Kane's hand rested above the transmission control. One movement, one decision, and history would repeat itself. The warning would reach Earth. Humanity would launch Odyssey One. The cycle would continue forever. Aurora quietly spoke. Probability of preserving the current timeline. 99.8%. Doctor. Maya slowly shook her head. That's exactly the problem. If we already know the future, then humanity will never truly choose its own path. Silence filled the bridge. Outside, the archive continued to pulse with light. Countless civilizations appeared and disappeared like echoes across time. Commander Kane closed his eyes. Then, he withdrew his hand from the transmission panel. No, we're not sending the same message. The crew looked at him in surprise. Aurora calculated millions of possible outcomes every second. The future has become unpredictable. Commander Kane smiled. For the first time, that's exactly what I want. Instead of transmitting the old warning, he opened a new message. There were no long speeches. No scientific equations. Only one sentence. The future is never found. It is created. He pressed send. The archive became completely silent. For a brief moment, every glowing thread stopped moving. Then, the enormous structure began shining brighter than 1,000 stars. The voice returned one final time. You have done what no civilization before you achieved. You chose uncertainty over destiny. You chose hope over certainty. The glowing world slowly faded away. The silent horizon began collapsing behind Odyssey One. Aurora spoke. A stable path back to Earth has appeared. Months later, Odyssey One returned home. Earth had changed, but not by thousands of years. Only a few months had passed. Scientists rushed to analyze every byte of mission data. Yet one mystery remained. Earth had never received the original warning. Instead, astronomers discovered a new transmission buried deep inside the background noise of space. A message with no identifiable source. No timestamp. No beginning. No end. It contained only one sentence. The future is never found, it is created. No one could explain where it came from. Some believed it was an echo from the silent horizon. Others believed it was sent by a future humanity that no longer existed. But Commander Kane never tried to answer the mystery. Because after everything he had witnessed, he understood one simple truth. The universe does not write our destiny. It only offers possibilities. The choice has always belonged to us. As Odyssey One disappeared into the sunrise above Earth, humanity looked toward the stars once again, not searching for its future, but ready to create it.